Well, I guess we'll watch this chat. Rice feels
And
yellow,
welcome back
man.
to the World Championship qualifiers again, where we have been going through just an incredible duel so far.
Yeah.
But this is where we get towards the end of the tournament. Again, it's been a long day. We are at round 7.
Spinach
Believe it,
tastes
Tom?
good.
No, I can't believe it.
Spinach has some
Today's match
fiber
will
in
go
it.
back pretty quickly, and this matchup is going to be a very big surprise.
It is. We don't want to spoil it, but let me tell you, when I saw the
Let's see. So it's 1 o'clock. It's 2. Trying to think. I didn't screw up the time again, did I, chat? Chris Angel.
this at the top tables, I just couldn't
All right, we'll go for like 15 more minutes.
believe it. It's going to be a crazy Duel Academy lesson here, and I'm going to spoil a little bit of the surprise for those fans at home. But again, it just shows you that there's some insane stuff out there that can really compete with the best.
We have
Let's
one
go
more
down to
hour.
Stephen Kangas on the stage.
I'm
Yeah,
not
Duelist
streaming until
introductions.
2.
In our 7th
You
feature
guys
match
can
of
have
the day
one more
from Salt
hour.
Lake City, Utah, Corbin Diaz. His favorite card is Crawler's Spine, and he can play
Crawler's
Passionate
Spine.
Duelist on piano. And his opponent today in the red chair, from Toronto, Ontario, Mert Osbeck. His favorite card is Marsh Milan, and he says, shout out to his mom, he knows he should text her. Duelists are ready, let's head it back over to the casters for game 1.
All right, we're about to see, again, your
Shout
eyes do
outs
not
to
deceive
his
you.
mom.
Corbin
He knows
is
he
playing
should
Ancient
text her.
Gear.
Ancient Gear versus, of course, the
I'm in Central
Dean
Time.
Smith
Me too.
Snake Eye. This is going to be incredible. We're in for a journey. This is absolutely surprising. We've got Valiant Crowler in the midst here.
I know. A PhD in dueling, and we'll see if Corbin has what it takes to show things off. Now, I'm going to be completely honest. I have never seen this deck pop off like the way it has in this tournament, so we all might be learning together here. But again, it's going to be an incredible showcase here of why this deck has been overlooked.
This
Let's go
deck
into round
blinds
7 again,
second,
Duelist
too, by the
shuffling.
way, chat.
It's going to be
Ancient
pretty
Gear.
crazy to see Ancient Gears on the field.
It's
Now,
basically
there are
like
a lot
Tempe.
that the new Ancient Gear cards has to offer. I mean, disruption from the hand is something that they're very good at preventing. If they're able to prevent a lot of these key disruptions, and we know Ancient Gear cards, they're able to punch super hard.
Oh man, we thought Exodia had a great fist. This is a punch you do never recover from. But again, it's one of those things where you would think, okay, there's these popular decks, this is what I should prepare for. How do you prepare for something so roguelike that's showing up so late? in the
Chaos
tournament?
Giant hasn't
I
been
think you're just gonna have to play
reprinted.
it by ear. Honestly, I think Mert is gonna have a very tough time trying to figure out what's going on. This deck is actually pretty good at going second. It's also really good at going first as well. The amount of stuff that you can summon, there's a lot of great spell cards in the Ancient Gear lineup, from the Fortress, of course, Ancient Gear Fusion. I just reread the card just now, and I'm like, wow, this card is not once per turn.
Damn,
Okay, well,
Chad.
not once per turn sounds like one of the best effects for me. I don't know about you.
Oh no, really good stuff here. And again, Ancient Gear comes from that era where card effects were just a little
Which
different than
card are you
Modern Day,
talking
but they do
about?
share a
Dark
lot of stuff in
Emperor?
common, right? The
I know
inability
this
for
card
opponents to
hasn't
respond to
been
these different card
reprinted.
effects, and just the fact that they are a battle phase based
The,
deck. And so
Link.
we've seen how good Tenpai has been in the format, really bringing back all of the battle phase stuff. But this is really a blast
Oh,
from the past.
this?
These giant monsters. I mean,
Yeah,
Ancient Gear
it's
has
just
them all in the
like
past. They've got the
4
Ancient Gear Strike structure deck, but this is insane to see somebody get this far. So again, Corbin must be an incredible duelist to decide he is betting his ability to go on the World Championship stage on Dr. Crowler's favorite cards.
I think I really like just choosing your favorite cards and going with it. One thing I really like about the new cards, Commander kind of looks like Crowler. You know how the dual disc on Crowler
It does,
is on
yeah.
the jacket? And I think that's his spirit monster right there. The Commander, and has that dual disc looking thing in the center. I think the artwork is really, really cool. But there's a lot to go. There's also the new Ancient Gear Dark Golem.
I might have
That
to get
card
a gaming
is going to be one of the
chair,
most
Chat.
pivotal cards. And
Oh,
what you're
this
going to see in this,
chair.
I can't imagine an Ancient Gear deck
No
without that
good.
card.
No, you certainly wouldn't want to go into your mechanized melee without the
For
biggest
those
heavy
of you
hitters
who
to come
don't
out.
know,
Again,
chat,
we
like, I
saw a
don't-
bunch of new
what's
stuff
it
come out,
called?
Legacy of Destruction featuring the Ancient Gear
Yeah,
archetype, but we didn't really
that might be something that I buy, chat, in the future. I might get like a cushion chair, cause that is one thing I've noticed. By like the end of the stream, chat, my ass like super hurts. It's like sitting in a wooden chair. Like you're definitely not supposed to. What's it called? Gaming chairs are uncomfortable. Get an office. Yeah, well, I'm sitting in a wooden chair for like a the kitchen table chair, and it's like, yeah, sitting in a wooden chair for like 4 or 5 hours, chat. Like by the time, what's it called? By the time I get up, like my ass is just.
Corbin's praise is enough though because of how interesting the
Ouch.
deck is. But everybody here on
So
the stage
that's also why I can't like stream super long, bro. Like end up messing up my back or something like that, and my ass. You know.
And to die roll 2 and a 3, it's going to be a 5 on Mert's side. And, well, 1 die was more than enough. We got 8. And I believe Mert is going first, even though Corbin won the die roll.
Interesting here.
Well, you mentioned how this is like a very battle phase oriented deck. And I guess if you guys remember, a lot of those Ancient Gear Golems, they do attacking, they do piercing, and
Old?
sometimes you can't actually respond to
Nah,
them.
bro.
Sometimes not even monster effects,
It's not
depending on
old.
which one it
It's
is,
just
but
sitting
we're
it.
trying
Well,
to
I mean,
activate
maybe the
monster
back
effects.
name,
Very
but
familiar Snake Eye combo here going from Ashen to Poplar on the field.
what's it
Now,
called?
I think we're really thinking, oh, this
You
has
missed
to
2
be
streams?
going second. Which other deck's going to make
Yeah,
it first?
phobic.
I mean, there could be
I
any
don't
other
know
battle
what
phase
to
decks out there.
tell
Again, we're seeing
you.
that duelists are making a lot of
Like
their own choices here, right? Not the things that shout out there on the radio wave.
Streaming
Deciding,
is
you know what,
not
this is
something I'm going to do for the rest of my life, phobic. Just like playing Yu-Gi-Oh. Like you guys got me now, chat, but like I'm not gonna do this for the rest of my life. You know what I mean? Maybe other Yu-Gi-Oh streamers will. Maybe MBT and Farfa and you know Josh Schmidt. Maybe they'll stream until they're like 90, but like that I'm not gonna do that, chat. So you know, Cap G retirement stream eventually, but like I'm not gonna stream until the rest of my life. Or for the rest of my life.
Maybe this is what he's practiced for.
Let everybody just
So.
do whatever it is they want to, and then show up with the.
That's
Ancient
why I
Gear.
don't do makeup
Speaking of
streams.
spinning, we're
If
gonna
I
go
miss
back
a
to
stream, I
Dex.
just
Did
miss
not
a
see Snake
stream.
Eyes playing with Dragon.
I'm not like streaming to
I mean,
make
this is a
up
high
for
level
it. It's not
Yu-Gi-Oh here
happening.
with Beast of Snake. Interweaving the play is probably one of the best things you can do, and leaving that.
You won't
leverage
react to
essentially
progression.
insulating yourself against cards like the Beer-
I don't
you
watch
do get
progression.
additional cards. Very, very good.
I don't really
Certainly,
think
Hero always has an impact on a lot
it's
of
just
great
two
players.
dudes playing on
It shows
dueling
you can't
book,
just win with one
or
card.
excuse me,
You
on
have to be
on
multiple
dueling.
ways to
Yeah,
interact.
on
Ways to
DB.
interact. Looks like that's what we're setting up here.
Like
We're
I
just
already
gonna
watched
go
DB
next time.
Grinder. Why would I watch DB
This is
Grinder
again,
retro
we're gonna get the full
formats?
combo from Fiend Snake Eye. We're gonna proceed with 8.
IP Masquerena
Sequence.
or not?
Holding it.
There,
Committing it.
there it
it
goes.
is.
Trust me, it's not worth it. I just
And just some very familiar Snake Eyes plays here, of course, bringing out the Snake Eye open.
maybe watching like one
It's not
episode of
Dragon.
progression would be kind of cute, but
Board
like
is being built. We're gonna see where this one's
to
gonna
just
end up.
watch
Sometimes
legacy
different
formats
types
for
of end
years,
boards.
like I'm not
When you go
doing that
complete
shit.
undisrupted, likely you're gonna go for the comfort choices.
Now, are the comfort choices based on the fact that he thinks his opponent is playing 10-5, or is Corbin famous enough for his incredible tournament run? If you see this guy coming, you know he is going to be running Ancient Gear.
I think
Nah,
Ancient Gear is
nobody
gonna be,
would
you know, the
think
surprise
Ancient
matchup.
Gear.
Like, surprise, once that first monster comes down, maybe we'll see a little bit of a facial expression change. Like, wait, I don't know what these cards do.
Definitely be watching Merchan's face
I
there.
wonder how
Of course,
Ancient
Ancient
Gear
Gear
would even go
board.
into
Looking at the
time,
board, looks like
too.
we're taking a look at the extra deck here, and we're going to pull out.
IP Masquerena. Okay. It's a great setup here. What a wonderful setup. We're getting basically access to every single.
But I also
major
wonder what
piece.
it does in what's it called?
Sequence and IP Masquerena going.
Cap is gonna
into
leave us when he
Appaloosa
becomes a
Bowl.
cop.
Does have that little bonus there from
Yeah,
Icon
most
Masquerena,
likely.
But of course, we are going to go Smith on. Sequence effect and Engraver passing over the table. It is a relatively new card, right? You feel like you've seen it quite a bit, but it's only been turned illegal since
Or
yesterday.
I don't know, maybe stream every other week and stuff. I think it's probably gonna be hard, chat, like to be a full-time police officer and also streaming, like, you know what I mean? So,
Again, you would
I
never
mean, if
want to
I
go
was
to
you
the
guys, I wouldn't
strange here yet.
expect me to stream
Now we're gonna take two
every
monsters
single week.
that are not Appaloosa. We're
Yeah,
gonna
like
link summon them.
holidays maybe and
Monster
stuff.
It's pretty generic.
But I wouldn't I
And
wouldn't expect that,
remake it.
chat.
Sequence, I believe that one is not much of a variance.
Also, as I've told you guys, they're like, I don't know, like half the stuff Spy Fox does is gonna like get me in trouble or get me fired. So, yeah, I'm not gonna get fired over you guys,
We're
chat.
gonna use the effective sequence.
Let's make
wow.
that very
We're
clear.
gonna go for 3. We're gonna
Even
see a little
deleting
Desiree
the
play right here.
VODs
That's
might
great
not
material.
be
That's not
enough.
Lacrima.
8-month hiatus.
Desiree had made such a huge impact yesterday, but we
Yeah,
haven't
more
seen it
likely
show
8
that
year
much on the H match
hiatus.
stage. And again, powerful as it might be, again, with that non-target negate.
Now we're gonna be going into Wanted. That is the secret of Sinful Spells. We're gonna get the Diablo Star, the Black Witch. Okay, so because now we're gonna continue on. We're gonna try to push forward into the Snake Eye side of things. Now note that there is still the copy of Sequence on the field. That is a link too, and without any type of restriction, that can quite easily climb into the Promethean Princess. This is a very secure board. There's gonna be a lot of cards on the field that's going to do something, and once we put that Sequence into the grid, I can't imagine.
This is a
that
12-minute
back
turn,
onto the
by the way,
equip.
chat.
Keep that.
These rounds are 50
from
minutes,
Shots
chat,
are
or
having
are
a
they
good time, doing a lot
not?
of smiles in between effect resolution, saying, really, okay, we're really doing this.
Let's see how
They're not
comfortable
40
he is
minutes.
once
Yeah,
the
these
game
rounds
comes
have
out.
to be
It's one thing
50
have just your
minutes.
ideal
Are they?
board.
Are
It's your
they?
ideal board enough for a deck that
I'm gonna
doesn't
go back
care.
and look.
I want to see the surprise here, but we are continuing our play. We have the Snake Eye.
They could be
Ash Summon
45, but I
out, and
think they're
Promethean Princess,
50.
Promethean Princess being on the field. I think we're going to see another interesting play here because we have Desiree to use Desiree on the turn one. We can just negate our own Promethean Princess to get out of our own Firelock so that you can use the maximum material from that card. Or maybe just get rid of it quite quickly and just go into some simple link monsters.
There's nothing simple about what we've got so far. Again, Merchant has taken so much of the board here,
ACAB.
right? Just establishing so many great
ACAB
cards. But
yourself.
doesn't know what's coming yet, no. It might be one of those things where it's a commentator curse, maybe it fails to launch, but you don't get this far in the tournament with a deck like Ancient Gear. without
How do you
really
keep
knowing how
your
to play through the
sanity
just like
as
the one that
the
Merchant's
player
doing.
going second behind Snake Eye? Either play a bunch of hand traps, play a bunch of board breakers, and kind of hope you get lucky, or say that Max C should be unbanned and everyone will tell you that, you know, you're the worst person ever because Snake Eye is so fun. It's crazy, chat. You know what's great? You say, hey, how about we go for stuff like Max C and the T, and people are like, you're crazy, that's gonna ruin the game. But then these people also hate playing meta. So it's like, wait, you think the meta in Yu-Gi-Oh's terrible, you think the formats are terrible, but you also think the potential solution is terrible too? Like, what do you think is a good idea? Rhoda will save the format. Will it
And we're going
though?
to attempt to use the negate, I believe.
Will it though?
Are we turning off our own Promethean Princess?
I think we are.
Because Rhoda, I don't see anything
The Fiber
in
Dragon. That's very
Rage of the
interesting.
Abyss
I
that's
think,
power
this
creeping
is what you
Snake Eye,
want.
bro.
Okay, we're leaving Promethean Princess up. That's very interesting.
All right, now here's where it gets different, duelists. Get ready for a wild ride. Even we don't know.
Okay, so press one if these Fiendsmith players chat are just bots. Unless my man is gonna negate his own princess, can't he not summon IP? Chat, like, what is this M board? This M board is Appaloosa, Promethean Princess, Snake Eye, Flame Burge, the Fiendsmith Desiree, but like you can't summon IP because that's a Dart monster and you're fire locked. So like, what are you doing? And if you negate this, then you use your only Omni negation. Like, bro, these players are tripping, chat.
Know what to expect.
Now I'm like, maybe I should have went the Nats. Because these players like don't know how to play this
We're
deck.
gonna go with Magical Hound.
Look at the gas from Mert John.
Magical Hound is going to get rid of one of these spell and trap cards face up, and then it'll be returned back to hand, and you can summon out this Machine Tuner straight from the hand.
You were right. Mert John was not ready for this. He's just gonna have to play it like
Wait
jazz.
a second, what are these cards?
That's not Senpai.
Yeah, also Magical Hound, I think Magical Hound also active with the graveyard too.
It's a really good card. Again, there's a lot of overlooked cards because people they like.
If this card is in your hand or graveyard, you can target one face-up spell / trap your opponent controls, return it to the hand. It's a once per duel effect. Interesting. I guess you, in this case, you just bounce this card, which turns off his Omni negate.
Like to play what they like to play, but we're gonna see.
I
how
guess you have to
they show.
Appaloosa that.
Magical Hound, fantastic. I think we're attempting to get rid of the sequence. Okay, we got rid of the sequence, so the Desiree does not have the negation anymore.
Interesting.
Okay, I know there's no, hold on. I know there's no way he pointed at the field spell like, I'm gonna summon IP. You can't. You're fire locked, bro.
Okay, we got rid of the sequence, so the Desiree does not have the negation anymore.
Interesting.
That is going to be an Ancient Gear spell card.
You could turn off
If he
Divine
can't set for the
Temple
rest of the
too.
turn, that's
Yeah,
fine.
you're
It's
right.
basically
You're
just going to
right.
be all gas and
He
no
just
legs
doesn't
from here on.
need
Looks
to.
like it is Ancient Gear.
Advance. Okay, so Ancient Gear Advance will not. Well, basically, you can't set cards to this turn, but also when you do perform a tribute summon of the Ancient Gear, you actually don't have to tribute it, you just normal summon out the Ancient Gear monster.
So reading along with Mert here, when this card is activated, add an Ancient Gear spell or trap from your deck to your hand, except Ancient
And I
Gear.
know that
Once the turn
a lot of the
trigger
Ancient
monster
Gear
flies
cards,
back.
chat, your opponent can't
Monster.
respond to them.
And now we also got Fortress into our hand. That's the spell card of choice. Oh. Gonna be putting that into the graveyard. He's gonna get Ghost to Ogre. Wow, that could hurt. Oh, wow, the one call by the grave.
Hey, you
Called
call
by
it
the
that could
grave.
hurt, but Call by the Grave is going to point that figure across the board and say, this is staying on the field.
Oh, yeah, you also got that one card drop from, I believe, Magical Hound. Now we're activating Fortress. So Fortress, during the turn, they're normal summon. Normal or special summon. You cannot target the Ancient Gear monster with
Catapult.
card effects, and they cannot be destroyed by one card effect.
Well, the Fiendsmith Desiree may come into play. Remember, it is non-targeting negation there, but
But there's more. Your opponent cannot activate cards or effects in response to the activation of Ancient Gear cards and effects.
Yeah,
We're talking about
once you
complete
activate
lockdown
Ancient
of
Gear
any
effects, they
additional
just
destruction when it comes to
resolve.
leaving that card on field. It's very, very dangerous.
really cool stuff to see. You can see how he got this far without the
This is
ability
what
to
Custard is
respond to
playing
the
right
Ancient Gear
now.
Fortress and the Ancient Gear Advance. He's easily able to add that Ancient Gear Fusion.
Now we got to the Ancient Gear Fusion. That's a lot of monsters on the field. And what's scary about having a lot of monsters on the field is that there are multiple Ancient Gear Golem-esque monsters that can attack multiple times. In fact,
Yeah,
they can attack all your
the
monsters,
Ancient
and
Gear
it's not a
monsters
small
can
monster.
attack
Big
like
damage without the
every
ability to respond. It
monster.
sounds like the combination for a great deck here.
So we're going to be adding 2 spells. So that is the effect of the Ancient Gear Dark Golem. If that manages to come on, we can add 2 Ancient Gear cards each your hand.
And or Gear Towns. The sky's the limit in terms of choices, but looks like we're going to add another copy of the Fortress to just be protecting that
I don't know about.
Ancient Gear
I
Fusion
don't
has
know
activated
about
that you can
OTK
use
and through
Ancient Gear in
cross,
your deck
but
as material. Otherwise, you're going to have to do the regular fusion, and we're just going to launch them into the graveyard.
it can definitely
Ancient Gear
OTK.
Commander?
Hey, there's that glorious dual disc across its chest.
Yes.
I wouldn't even play Prosper in the deck though.
How many materials are we going to go for here?
You can see Mert laughing and smiling there. He knows he's in for a wild ride.
Yeah, I know. I connotated towards that. There.
Play Santa Claus. No, wait, that's not
And we're
Santa
taking
Claus.
so many of these monsters as fusion material, and that's going to be Chaos.
There
Ancient
you
Gear,
go.
Ancient Gear
Chaos
Giant.
Giant can attack every monster on the
attack,
field.
like 4 Ancient Gear monsters. Again, for those who are, unfamiliar with these cards, it's unaffected by spell and trap effects, and your opponent cannot activate effects during their battle phase. This card attacks all monsters your opponent controls once each.
What's the damage? What's the damage we're looking at here?
Big numbers, because when it attacks the defense position monster, not that there are any, but also do piercing damage. It is the perfect card to get through here.
It is at
Everybody, he asked the crowd, is anybody reading this?
100 attack points and attacks everything. This feels like the Tenpai Transcendent Dragon.
It definitely does. The battle phase is dominated by more than just one deck. There's a lot of great options out there, and so that Chaos Ancient Gear Giant is here to show exactly how Corbin got this far in the tournament.
Forbidden Droplet. All right, we're acting Forbidden Droplet onto it, and we're sending away the Promethean Princess.
Trying to get rid of it though, Mert is not out of the duel yet, so during the open game state, gonna go ahead and bring out the Ivy
Wait,
Arena.
it is unaffected by spells and traps. I think he just put up a smaller monster onto the field.
So it's still
It's
4,500!
huge.
Well, as Dr. Crowler always says, this might be a lesson in how not to duel, because again, you see this, you're going to have to get rid of it without a spell or trap.
Welcome to Slifer Red, Mert.
Yeah, I doubled down on that. I don't want you to touch this man.
We are going to go into a massive
Oh
battle
yeah,
phase.
it's what's
Last
it's
I
so it's
checked, 800
unaffected
is
by
not
spells and
bigger
traps,
than
chat.
2,500.
And I think he
Chaos
wants to
Ancient
try
Gear
to
Giant
make
can go ahead and take the Forbidden Droplet and
SP,
feel
but
no
you
effects
can't
afterwards.
target
We are trying to
it.
clear off as many monsters as possible. We gotta get rid of all the lowest attack monsters as much as possible right now. This is
Yeah, you
crucial.
can't-
And
you can't
I think that
target
Fireworks will be
it.
summoning any additional monsters in that battle phase when it's up to the graveyard.
You do not want to put anything in defense mode when literally you're about to get hit by maybe 4,000 or more. Piercing battle damage, this is insane.
I don't think we're done.
That's a 4 and a 2. Oh, I think like a 3. Yeah.
We can't go into the Axis Code Talker either. Oh, now we can. Now we can.
Mert
Okay.
admitting that he is out of his mind here. We are too, just seeing some incredible plays.
Now that Access Code can be very big because there was a link for used material. That's going to add 4,000 attack points to it. That is bigger than the Chaos Ancient Gear Giant. Not giant enough apparently. Oh, but we're not done.
No, I don't think he would ever be done with a deck like this.
Ancient Gear frame has been summoned onto
How's
the
he gonna get over that? All right, so
and
he
you can discard a
pitches
card to add Ancient Gear
Regulus.
or one spell or trapper that lists Ancient Gear Golem in its deck from your deck to your hand.
You started your turn with Hound.
We're taking just a moment to read through the cards for next turn. Again, that Magical Hound did so much to get us set up in here, and again, the Ancient Gear frame just showcasing that this is not the only play the deck has. It is not a one-trick pony, but has some subsequent options, and now we're going through the deck to find exactly what the next option is.
ADB is
I think they're just confirming the summon count at this moment. Like, is that summon legal? Is that what they're confirming? I think it was legal. We're gonna get the second
Oh,
card.
that one.
I think that's either Ancient Gear Drill or so Ancient Gear Duel or Reborn.
The little punch card, Chad. I forget exactly what it does, but I think it might like double the attack or something.
It's the Ancient Gear Duel, making the monster unaffected even further.
I think just locking your opponent out from so many effects is just insane, incredibly powerful. Definitely everyone's rooting for Corbin at the moment. You can hear the crowd.
Well, I don't think they've seen anything like this before. For those in the crowd who don't know what the card does, again, Ancient Gear Golem and monsters that mention it in your monsters are unaffected by your opponent's activated monster effects. Ancient Gear Duel is pushing this to a new level.
So no nib.
I think there's a little bit of a wall from the Axis Code Talker. Definitely coming in very, very clutch to wall off at the moment.
Hey, if you're staring at a big monster, the only thing you can try to do is make an even bigger one.
Ooh, we got another monster summoned onto the field.
Looks like the Reactor Dragon.
Reactor Dragon.
I think we're just trying to lock down that entire battle phase. Is there an attack that just negates the monster on attack, and that would take care of Axis Code?
That would do it.
I think it's
targeting
unaffected
so
by your
much, like,
opponent's
can't
spells
do
and
this, can't
traps.
do that.
Maybe not yours.
Well, it is the deck the teacher runs, right? He is instituting some rules here.
Ancient Gear Ballista has been now summoned onto the field with Link Summon, and I believe we're going to be adding an Ancient...
I have to read the card.
Attack monster, or is this going to be an Ancient Gear card? Well, I thought it was going to be Ancient Gear Box, but that's just for the Earth Machines. We're not in Earth Machine mode at the moment. We're playing Ancient Gears. We got Gear Town.
We're going the
This
distance.
stuff came out, I think, in
Effective
Battles
Ancient
of
Gear Ballistas,
Legends,
and we're
Chad.
going
That's
to
what I
destroy
think
Gear Town.
changed.
Now, certainly
the
by getting
track
another level
card.
8 monster, that could really spell some doom for the opponent there. Maybe accessing the extra deck to do something interesting to get rid of the Access Code Talker. So it's no longer on the field. Mert Smiley taking this in great stride.
Unfortunately, that Axis Code Talker cannot be destroyed by card effect. Remember, it was summoned through IP Master Arena.
That's true.
So destruction might not be the answer here. But we did just destroy the Gear Town. We're going to enter battle phase. That seems like, oh, we don't get to the maximum push. Okay. We're passing turn here. We can't break over that Axis Code Talker.
So just a big monster was enough to get it done.
To destroy that, yeah.
Okay, okay. Seems like we're playing the game of numbers now. Seems like Mert is
No,
not
Ancient Gear couldn't
I think that's
win.
the exam.
He can still qualify for Obelisk Blue before we
Did
know it.
they play
It is
lock-
overall
limit or
the Access Code
removal?
Talker will help quite a bit
They
with the
do
graveyard
not.
loaded up with different link monsters and attributes.
Yes, can. So nothing we're doing.
Wow, there's just so much going on here. So many monsters. I think Mert revolved that play, or managed to just kind of come out of that just at the skin of his teeth.
He made it to the other side, but that's all you got to do. So again, unfortunately, Access Code
Soloed
Talker, Ancient
by
Gear,
play-
stands.
why didn't- I don't know why he
Go
didn't,
ahead and
like,
beat down that monster. Now, again, for those of you watching at home, there was procedural error
ASP.
minor for the illegal activation of that Ancient Gear catapult, but don't worry, it is not going to affect anything. It is just a warning.
That's crazy. Very good.
I think the emotions have sort of tempered down now that we have a simplified game state. We're still resolving things, but the big moment just didn't happen there. Access Code Talker, what a great card, and showcasing something that really you don't think about. You think about the big attack points for offensive abilities, but you don't really think about it for defending your own life points. We're just a big monster in a
It
clutch
just
like
says
that.
unaffected by spells and
Wow,
traps.
that was an incredible turn. I was a bit surprised at the outcome, but here we are still in the Swiss round 7, game number 1.
Bert's still sort of beside himself.
I mean, he lost the Lambert Dragon without any effect because that was just a little bit too dangerous to kind of do anything, and I think you just can't respond for the most part. It's just this crazy lockout in that battle phase. It feels like 10-5, but you're not 10-5. We're just a bunch of stones put together.
Big old Earth Machine showing that the old ways are still good. Again, Ancient Gear.
Anti-Gear.
Incredible to see after all these years, but hey, this is the same year that Ubel's been at the top tables too.
Now, I don't know, I think because we're not able to set any cards, the limitation kind of comes in, where you're not going to have spells and traps to disrupt, a following turn. So you're kind of a bit of an open book now.
A little bit. Unfortunately, the penance that you have to pay in order to play this powerful deck is that you cannot defend yourself. You just make big cards and go in.
We're going back in.
Yeah, there's no power bond or
You
any
add
of
Ancient Gear
that.
monster.
Oh no, infinite permanence. It was summoned this turn, so unfortunately the Fortress says no.
You
The
cannot
activation
target
there.
it. No targeting.
Mert just sort of beside himself again. It is a difficult deck to play, and maybe this is how Corbin's gotten through, just showcasing decks that people didn't study when they had to do their Duel Academy homework.
So we are going to zero out that Axis Code Talker. That's just a zero out, like 0 attack and defense, and you get to destroy a card you control.
That is insane. I think this whole duel is insane at this point.
I mean, Corbin is showing his creativity. And I'm a little speechless. I'm going to be honest with you guys. I'm a little bit speechless here.
I think
Talked
he
about
was
it before.
locked into
That's why
Ancient
Yu-Gi-Oh! Trading Card Game
Gears.
is so great because those favorites that you latch onto,
Ew.
eventually, just like fashion, it comes back in style. And here, we might see somebody go all the way with Ancient Gear.
Destroy this and
Well,
yeah,
access
We are
code
zeroing
0
out the
attack
Axis Code
now.
Talker. We're going to destroy the Gear Town. Gear Town is going to attempt to summon out
you can respond to this if you have something.
a monster, like Ancient Gear monster. Which one are we summoning? Are we summoning out?
Effect a special one.
That is going to be Ancient Gear
Ignoring something.
Tank.
Looks like we're special summoning out. Oh, no,
Holy!
it's back.
Welcome back to the field.
He's back. He's back.
He's back.
Love is? Yeah.
That's going to be very painful. That's at least 4,500.
Big
We're
numbers.
going for big damage, and big damage. We
Oh,
get Ancient
wow.
Gear taking game
What an
1.
eruption of applause there. Again, Corbin taking game 1 with Ancient Gear. The crowd loves it.
Here's the thing. I think Mert's going to have a lot more cards to read after this game.
Oh, goodness. The cat's out of the bag, though, so it's true.
But do you know what
I
you're doing
think
against
you
it?
That's true.
side,
I
Chad.
don't
what
know
do you
what to do
side
against it.
in
It's
when
so
you know
cool to
you're
see.
going
Again,
for?
these
I think you
powerful
side in
cards
skill
really
drain,
showcasing
maybe.
just how far Ancient Gear has come, but the general game plan is still there. Get to the battle phase and punch.
I mean, just the amount of lockout. I mean,
Like, yeah, I think you sided
no
D-Berry.
super
No,
opponent
against
has to
against
do
like
it.
Snake
Oh, I'm gonna
Eye.
activate my impervious.
I think you sided in like
I
skill
want
drain.
to respond to your summon. Oh no, you can't.
Because the thing is, he's gonna make like it's like Tempai. They're gonna make you go first.
Oh no, you can't activate any of those.
I'm not talking about
It's just such an
against
incredible way to look at Brooklyn from so many different effects.
Chad, I'm not talking about
I think Bird's gonna be
against
under pressure
the
now. Just go first,
Ancient
just
Gear
go second.
deck. I'm talking
Kind
about
of shaking in his deck box
when
there, but again, he's taking a look at the
you're
side deck
playing
first,
Ancient
thinking,
Gear.
Okay, Mulan just said, I'm gonna do this. I'm
Yeah, yeah, I'm definitely ready to side against Ancient
Because
Gear.
they're gonna
Prepare my side deck for
usually
Ancient
they're
Gear
gonna make you go
on all
first.
decks.
I think you
But
side in
you
like
can see, I don't know what's going on exactly.
skill drain,
Okay,
because
I
like your
know
monsters,
very
you can
powerful
still get
monsters.
3,000
So
beaters out
if
pretty
it's
easily.
impermanence droplet, they might not save me this time around.
And if you, I mean, most people aren't
What do you do?
siding
Can you
spell and
imagine if it's
chopping rule
2024, you're
against
like, I'm
Ancient
gonna put
Gear,
infinite
Chad.
permanence in my side deck. That sounds like a good idea. Let me take this out of the main deck, put it in the side deck.
Yeah, these cards aren't working. Do I go first or do I go second? It's fusion.
Yeah, I think you side in like floodgates.
Dimension barrier, is that the right call for me?
Anti-spell
Shaking his head just
fragrance
a little bit
maybe.
there, maybe not as certain on the side deck choices as he thought.
Yeah, I think I need a little bit of a. Look,
So
that's gonna happen. Is that the
To the feet. Help
Ancient
me!
Gear.
Did you see that? Mert just help me! Pointing at this guy!
this guy? What is he doing?
What is he doing? Oh, it's just...
because there's no way he goes
Is
first.
he going first or second?
Where's going first? Where's
Okay.
going first? Will he be able to develop a different kind of field?
Okay,
Maybe
he's
this time
going
around, he wants
first.
to see infield. Perhaps he's going to choose to drop
I,
it, summon out,
don't agree with
a little
that.
bit earlier, or rather, just try to save up your effects because that mechanical hound in the hand effect is getting rid of the sequence, turning up Desperate.
I mean, unless you really think like, oh, my opponent OTK'd me as a fluke,
I'd be
like,
like, I am going to be facing these Fiend Smith decks.
Yeah,
Maybe
I would
get
assume
rid of the
not.
targeting removal because that's kind of the only thing that would deal with Ancient Gears. They could be targeted. Maybe they can have something happen to them. But speaking of things happening, we're going to a traditional Snake Eye combo.
and I wonder if
Actually,
mechanical hound chat
Snake Eye
is an
Snake Eye.
inherent effect or an inherent summon. Like if it's not it's not a what's it called? It's not an effect. Because if it's an effect, like why not
Really
Apollousa
going to have to
it?
figure out what to do here. Now there are some really cool things that Snake Eyes can do. Of course, now that it's got more level 8 monsters. Could put out maybe a Hope Harbinger Dragon, which was popular at YCS Indianapolis for the deck. That would be a way to get rid of some
Yeah,
of the
like,
spells
why not-
and maybe
why not
work
just
some of the
go
attacks
second?
away, but that would be a very difficult board to set up. It wouldn't necessarily give you all the options you need.
Yep. Oh, we're going to activate Fiendsmith Engraver now that we've gone from the
The
Snake Ash to
Fiendsmith.
summoning back Ash, and now we're adding a Fiendsmith track from the Engraver effect. You just let them develop.
Dude, every game is going to time, chat. Like just how long it takes to combo with Fiendsmith.
It seems like that might be Corbin's going first lane again because he cannot set cards because of the effects of his own Ancient Gear cards. You kind of just have to play it, right? You're either in it to win it or you're not. But that's gotten him pretty far. Speaking of far, looks like we are seeing.
Yeah, like every game. I mean, this is just game 2, and they have like
It has to come back. It's mandatory.
under
There we
18
go.
minutes left to play.
Mandatory effect.
Like
Maybe
we don't have
you
10-minute
go.
duels anymore, chat. Because
Okay,
like
once we get that
we have
lightning
10-minute
established, of
turns.
course, how are we weaving our combo now?
So many bodies on the field.
Oh, this is interesting. We're immediately using the fusion effect of Fiendsmith track. And that's going to be something out Lacrima. Because only 2 monsters. Here we go. 2 light monsters. 2 light monsters.
But yeah, we'll definitely what's it called. I'll probably watch the last duel, chat, because I know there's another round after this, but I'll watch it off stream. Or I'll watch some Evo and see how Evo's
Certainly with
going.
Flamebird Dragon at the ready to place it in the spell and trap start and get it back on the field. But now it looks like we're going to combine these 2 level 6s as we open up the overlay network into...
What do I think about the Fiendsmith cards in Rage of the
We're going to
Abyss?
go into Beatrice, the Lady of Eternal.
And certainly this deck has a wide
Like,
range of options.
I think
Wonder
it's
if
cute
High Wave King Caesar
how they
has some
continued
stuff
on with the
responds to a lot
lore.
of these Ancient Gear cards.
I mean, Fiendsmith has a waifu, seeming very Devil May Cry, but the cards aren't good in the way that we play Fiendsmith now. Like I think that like if we continue to play Fiendsmith as an engine, chat, then they really won't be necessary. But if someone wants to play like a pure Fiendsmith deck for whatever reason, they could be good in that. So, you know, maybe if Snake Eyes gets hit, maybe people will have to play, or maybe people will want to play Fiendsmith more pure. But like the way we play it now, I don't think they're like super necessary. They are for the Fiendsmith deck, not for. That's what I'm saying. But like, the Fiendsmith deck is like trying to play an adventure deck. Like it's not a real thing. You know, adventure was an archetype that could be its own deck, but like nobody played. That's not a real deck. So will Fiendsmith be a pure deck? Like, no, probably not.
Trap cards there, so it looks like we are going to go ahead and banish the Angel of
Not
Ancient
not when
Gear.
it's
Exactly
not
what
when
Trap
it's
says.
already
Trap
cemented in so many other
It
decks.
was a different dimension ground. Will that be enough, though?
Well, you take away the graveyard, and that is going to offset some of the plays. Maybe Mert has figured out what the weakness of this is. Maybe it's just that Corbin has...
Also, people aren't playing D-Barrier,
Maybe
chat.
swapping with the graveyard will stop the Ancient Gears.
People are just playing
Take
DDG.
away the fusions, you know you're not going to get.
Like a lot of people, chat, are not playing Dimension
Are the
Barrier.
cards being summoned from deck? We still have access to
They're
Ancient Gear fusions.
Dimensional Barrier. They're all playing different Dimension Ground.
Interesting there.
Look at the Nightmare Phoenix.
I'm seeing new stuff too. So
We're going to go to Hita now.
it's your deck.
Both duelists, by the way, having a great time. It shows you that even if you were a serious duelist, it doesn't mean you always have to be serious. You can be a championship competitor with a smile.
Now, this is quite smart. With the different dimension ground, the forbidden droplet that Corbin is playing, we'll have a tougher time because you can't send monsters for the cost.
That is true.
Unless he
We're into
opens
Fiendsmith.
it.
We're pivoting back to
Oh, I think
Fiendsmith now.
it's reborn.
Angel Butcher, what a crazy card.
Big misplay by Negro.
We're not exactly happy with himself there. Maybe had a different route. We talked about this too. While people are playing some decks and cards in common, there's a lot of different directions to go. And so this choose your own adventure story is up to you as a duelist to figure out how it ends.
These combos kind of suck too.
All right, well, even if you do, it's gonna make a little misstep. You gotta work with what you got.
Probably get that.
Okay. We're gonna use the effective Requiem. Requiem's gonna summon out Beansmith Engraver. I mean, there's still a lot of options here, let's be real.
There's a lot of different things you can play, and you gotta make sure not to play on
Day
two
one
each
comp.
as long as this is
I don't know. I just
step
think
so
like these
but
people have
keep
been
yourself
playing
up
this
to
deck
that
for a while,
And
since
if
before
any deck
day
can hit around
one.
their own players, Beansmith definitely
These
can do that same
combos
thing.
are
You've got both.
Sussy.
Ah, here comes the Desiree.
All right,
Yep.
he's gonna make Desiree.
2 Engravers, and the Lacrima, Beansmith Desiree now has been summoned onto the field, and we're going to attempt to equip some cards. We're going to be linking away the Kita, we're linking away to the Sequence, and that's going to make a 2-material Appaloosa.
And it can't be destroyed by battle. At least well, it's co-linked with that Nightmare Phoenix.
Yep.
So maybe that's the answer, right? I'm just gonna have some non-targeting effect negation, and I'll try to protect my monsters from being destroyed by battle.
All right, and
Well,
he
we'll see how
does
they perform.
have
Corbin gets
what's
his
it
turn.
I'm a little
called?
surprised that the Sequence is still in the graveyard and not exactly equipped to the Desiree to just get
Pot
that
of
D card.
Looks like
Desires.
we're seeing Pot of Desires here, so we're gonna find us the top 10. Find out if it gets resolved.
It does resolve. We're drawing 2 cards. We got to resolve the other half of it as well, the Pot of Greed phase, to draw 2.
Activate advanced search for ancient fortress.
We're going to activate Advance to search for
You could have
Ancient
changed
Fortress.
DDG on that.
Did Corbin even look at the cards he banished?
Well, maybe not. Maybe he's just that brave.
I mean, what if they're all banished? Gotta be very careful. I mean, you still have to search for a card, but...
We didn't know
It's not very
Necroclip
clear at that
existed
point.
until this
He calls the
week.
shots, he knows what he wants.
You should have
And
known.
Fortress. And Fortress is gonna start locking ways
Ball.
out. You know, that protection from Fortress, like, yeah, it's one turn. It's one turn to summon. You don't get to really interact with my cards. And we still have it. We have the Ancient Gear Fortress. That card is just incredible. It reminds me of when Branded gets to play Branded Lost.
Brain
It feels like
loss,
it's
yeah.
minimize the interaction available.
Well, minimizing interaction is exactly what's happening here as the Ancient Gear Fortress plays itself up and out.
Okay, yeah, you're good.
And another Ancient Gear
Oh,
Fortress. You are not getting
second copy.
That's
Get
tough.
wrecked,
He's
scrub.
loving every minute of it. We hope you are cheering at home.
We're gonna
there.
destroy one of those Ancient Gear Fortresses. And when this card starts destroying spell traps, special summon one Ancient Gear monster from your hand or
And you
graveyard.
cannot
All those monsters from
respond,
Ancient Gear,
so you can't chain
Gear monster.
What a big
DDG.
problem for Corbin to have.
Oh no, my entire deck is Ancient Gear for some reason.
All right, so searching the deck now for which card we're going to bring out next.
What's the summon?
Who have we launched from the
This
castle?
format is pretty interesting in the tech choices.
I'm especially.
Man, this upcoming week, chat, I'm gonna be testing 60 card
It
Exodia
is one of the best monsters to summon onto the field.
Absolutely.
just to like,
I've not normal, right?
just to see what's up.
No normal summon yet.
Tanker.
We're gonna summon out Tanker.
All right, looks like we ended up choosing a different card here. So again, Ancient Gear Tanker, we've talked around a little bit. They think these normal or special. Something you can special another Ancient Gear monster from your hand, except Ancient Gear
I
Tanker.
need some help with my building my Infernoble deck for
And we're gonna use Ancient Gear
tomorrow.
Dark, adding 2 Ancient Gear cards to the hand.
Hey, but wait,
Anyone
there's more.
want to
You can
help?
also target face-up
Is
card that controls
Ogre
strength for the
good
rest of the turn,
still?
monster control, and an Ancient Gear Golem mentioned it gains 600 attack. Making that kill a little
Ghost
easier.
Ogre and
So
Snow
many times
Rabbit?
might be able to end this duel in a single battle phase.
I don't think it's
This
that
is
good.
incredible.
It's
Seeing
good
Ancient
against like
Gear
IP,
versus
I guess,
one of the favorite decks
and
out there. Just duking it out.
Appaloosa. But
This is a
like,
reminder for
I
any
don't
duelist
think
at home.
it's
Next
that
time somebody tells you not to play a deck, you put this exact duel on and show them that anything can win it.
Okay, so now we get the different dimension card activated, so we're under essentially a dimension fissure for the turn. Is that going to matter to Corbin? Or would the dimensional barrier have been the better choice?
Well, it looks like the Wyvern could grab another.
I feel like
Ancient
he's
Gear
gonna
card.
get
Find out here what is
OTK'd.
next. It's true.
He
The
plays
dimensional barrier
Dark
was
Ruler no
out of
more.
the
That's
picture. It's just locking
interesting.
out the graveyard. So we'll see which of those two options would have been
Unless that
Oh
wasn't
no,
a
he
Dark
banished
Ruler
the cards he
chat.
wanted.
Oh, I guess he should have checked his Pot of Desires there, but he can make a different choice.
Oh, you're still adding 2 cards. 2 cards with an Ancient Gear game. We got the Ancient Gear Fusion. Okay,
Ancient Gear Fusion.
here we go. Ancient Gear Fusion. Are we gonna go for the 4?
I think so.
Desiree's effect is actually quite interesting. Desiree doesn't target on the game.
It doesn't.
Yeah, if he goes for Chaos Giant, you just
We're using
kill
3
him.
materials there. Oh, there's the 4th one.
I don't mind banishing all my cards. Here we go.
Not for a monster like that.
Your opponent can activate cards or effect in response to your Ancient Gear cards and effects.
And it can't be destroyed by your opponent's card effects.
Okay, bash. Yeah, because oh no, it's no, it's not.
Yeah, they're gonna be banished because we are under DDG. Oh, there's a lot of damage here, but we still have IP Master Arena. I think we're gonna attempt to clear off our own monster with IP Master. Maybe put up
Is he
that
doing?
back.
Is he? It looks like he's trying to do the same thing he did
What you
last
gotta do.
game.
Is this a scenario that's been playing out in Corbin's head during practice time and time again? These are the boards that they're gonna try to interact with me. I'm already prepared. I'm one step ahead.
He might be. I mean,
New
you have to
cat
get
chess
something where they can
monster.
answer that. And
Okay,
speaking
hold
of, we
on.
are sort of winding down again. This is game 2. There's only about 6 minutes left on the clock. With the battle phase-based deck, there might be a photo finish. But going in now, looks like we're on to our next Lich Summon.
Oh, we are trying to zero out some monsters here. So we're gonna go to Ancient Gears Ballista. That's gonna add Gear Town onto the field. What are we attempting here? I mean, don't forget that IP Master Arena can only activate during the main phase. So this may, we're attempting to leave main phase. Are we gonna see the IP Master Arena activate?
Oh, I get. Yeah, I get what he's trying to do. He's gonna try to force that out.
This is a force IP Master Arena right away. We're gonna take 3 monsters.
Yep.
We're gonna clear away as much as we can. Or maybe take all 4. You can't technically take all 4. Still make the access code Docker.
And depending on where you place it, you might be able to co-link it, therefore keep it from being destroyed by battle, even if it does get zeroed out. Although it would be painful of a punch still.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, if he goes for
But if you
access
don't get
code, you
zeroed
just
out,
negate it.
That's a lot of battle damage still going through. You gotta be clear with your choices here. You gotta make it clear of what you're going for in terms of what your links with the IP Master Arena. Are we attempting to use the IP?
Maybe the opponent had a response.
Ancient Gear
Because
Giant. Chaos Ancient Gear Giant.
It's big numbers, so we are still going in.
I think
Those do not go to the grave.
We're still on DDG. We're gonna go access code Docker. That's gonna be co-link.
Yeah.
That's gonna be co-link to that. Just make your summon to the correct arrow because you can't just summon to some blank main monster zone.
Access Code Talker on the field. It's going to be a big monster.
So it cannot be destroyed by card effect. Oh, we're going to play the Ancient Gear. We're going
And
to
now you
target
just
the
negate
Access
it.
Code Talker and use the Ballista effect, zeroing it out.
And there's the Ancient Gear Reactor Dragon, so big numbers here. Maybe the fact that it can't be destroyed by battle will actually cut against him with multiple Ancient Gear monsters attacking the Access Code Talker.
Oh, another Ancient Gear.
Destroys this guy. And
We're
that's
destroying our own copy of Ancient Gear Ballista. Nope. Oh, that's what destroyed. So you're just talking about which card destroyed it. But we're going to battle. We're going to attack for 45.
Oh, here we
We're gonna
go.
have a game.
Mechanized Melee takes it as Corbin advances through the tournament with Ancient Gear. Crowd just applauding a standing ovation.
This is insane. He practiced for this. He was ready for it. He knows the interaction, and he went with it. The winner of the feature match of round 7 goes to Corbin Diaz.
Break out your Elemental Hero decks because there's a new professor.
Maybe Ancient Gear is the goo, chat. Maybe it's somehow better than